Join the revolution in INFO-WARZ. Wars with a Z.com.
It is that time. INFO-WARZ.com. Wars with a Z.
Just another day on the front line, forced to apologize. Being who I am, but you better understand. Back all this wasted time, feeling like a landmine.
Did the boss yell at you today for being loud yesterday?
I don't know. He called a few times. I let it go to voicemail.
Maybe I'm a misfit, maybe I'm a...
Can't let the boss's voicemail go to the call go to voicemail, sir. That's how you get fired.
He can't fire me. We're number one. I just don't want to talk to him. So if he calls up tonight, Jimmy, I'm not here, okay? I didn't show up today. You're doing the show by yourself.
Okay, I bet he doesn't really even know who I am.
Just don't answer. Just turn the phones off. Let's do that, because I don't even want to be bothered with him tonight. I'm going to be loud. That's what I do. That's what I'm all about. We bring you the news that's good, news that's bad, news that's real, news that's fake. We bring it all to you. And today in the news, Pete Hegseth had his confirmation hearing on Capitol Hill. They asked him the really, really hard questions that he had to answer, like this one.
How many push-ups can you do?
I did 5 sets of 47 this morning.
The first question was, how many push-ups can you do? What does that have to do with being defense secretary guy?
I have no idea. I guess it just shows you if he's in good shape. He did lots of push-ups this morning. If one train leaves Chicago at 45 miles an hour and another train leaves Maryland at 46 miles an hour, when will they crash? Is that the next question?
And what size round is the M9 Beretta standard issue sidearm for the military fire?
This is not real life, right? This is fake.
This is real. This is what happened today. These are the hard-hitting questions he had to answer.
These are real questions.
A 9mm. What kind of batteries do you put in your night vision goggle?
What kind of batteries do you put in your night vision goggle? Really? Really? This is the hard questions you're going to ask?
So.
Where do you get your tattoos? Is that one of the questions? How about that cool little American flag thing in your pocket? Where'd you get that? Is that the next question?
So right there, you're representing qualifications that show you understand what the warfighter deals with every single day on the battlefield. You understand what happens on the front line, where our troops will be.
But you didn't ask him that question. You asked him what kind of batteries go in goggles.
How many push-ups can you do?
Oh, my God. This is crazy.
The senator for Virginia starts bringing out the fact that what if you showed up drunk to your job? How many
Who doesn't? I mean, come on. I'm drunk now.
Showed up drunk to vote at night? Have any of you guys asked them to step down and resign for their job?
I'm not running for defense secretary.
And don't tell me you haven't seen it, because I know you have. And then how many senators do you know have got a divorce before cheating on their wives?
Okay, but they don't have a $1 trillion budget they have to deal with, and hundreds of millions and billions of people.
Did you ask them to step down?
Not saying anything's wrong with this guy. I'm just asking. These aren't the hard questions here.
But it's for show. You guys make sure you make a big show and point out the hypocrisy because the man's made a mistake. Give me a joke. I mean, it is so ridiculous.
Give me a joke? Okay. Knock, knock.
Ridiculous that you guys hold yourself as this higher standard and you forget you got a big plank in your eye. We've all made mistakes. I've made mistakes. And Jennifer, thank you for loving him through that mistake. Because the only reason why I'm here and not in prison is because my wife loved me too.
I don't understand any of that. All right, Jimmy, give me the next one. These are driving me nuts.
We have a big TikTok ban update right now. Congressman Ro Khanna has signed on to Senator Ed Markey's legislation to kick the can down the road for another 270 days and extend the divestiture period for the TikTok ban.
Okay, so this is going to happen Sunday or not?
Will be filed today, according to Representative Ro Khanna. Senator Markey made this announcement on the Senate floor, but now it has a House sponsor.
Yeah, sorry, we can't understand you. You're echoing way too much. Buy a microphone. Go out tonight. Go to Walmart. I don't care how much you spend. Get a microphone because we can't understand you. You think you're doing news. You're not. You're just really pissing me off. All these people that talk into their computer in a echo chamber drive me insane. Every single one of them. If you're going to do the news, if you want to be taken seriously, go out and buy a goddamn microphone.
We are learning new details today about a plane that hit a coyote at O'Hare.
What?
Plane hit a coyote, sir.
I don't even know where to begin with this. The coyote was flying? It was Wile E. Coyote, wasn't it? He was falling off the side of a mountain and he fell into an airplane.
This is audio coming out from the cockpit of a United Airlines jet as it was taking off on Sunday heading to Phoenix. On the runway, a coyote.
The coyote was on the runway. See, now
during the rotation, we hit a pretty big animal, and we're expecting they're causing a damage to the nose of the landing here.
Did you not see the coyote? That's the reason why they got the windshields on the airplane, so you can see out of them and you don't hit things.
Yeah, did you not see the coyote on the runway? Was he chasing a roadrunner?
That plane was able to turn around and land safely. No one on board was hurt and passengers late.
How's the coyote? How's the roadrunner?
We are learning new.
Oh, no, we don't know. How the hell's a plane hit a coyote? Next.
Unlike some, 82-year-old Rochelle McGee isn't sure it's such a good idea to drop the road test requirement for some seniors when they get their driver's licenses renewed.
100%. We should test people every year once you pass the age of 60.
I've been driving since I was 15, and not a lot of accidents.
What is not a lot of accidents?
A good driving record, but as I said, everyone is not the same.
The octogenarian may be in the minority as Secretary of State Alexi Janulius and a bipartisan group of lawmakers introduced legislation which would increase the age Illinois drivers have to take a behind-the-wheel test from 79 to 87.
79? No. 59. 59 is when you start
Illinois
testing
is
these
currently
people.
the only state in the U.S. with a mandatory road test for seniors.
As Secretary of State, my top priority is keeping Illinois roads safe.
Well, keep the phones out of people's hands. That's number one. I think that's worse than a 90-year-old driving. Let me think about that. They're about the same. Okay, so keep the phone out of people's hands. Keep the old people off the road. And keep the slow drivers out of the left
House Bill
lane.
1226, or the Road Safety and Fairness Act, was introduced last week. Sponsors made a similar attempt to alter the law in 2024.
This is the art of the possible.
Currently, the law requires drivers 79 to 80 to take a road exam if their 4-year license renewal is up.
79 to 80 every 4 years?
Drivers aged 81 to 86, it's every 2 years. And for drivers 87 and older, it's yearly. Organizations like AARP say that's discriminatory.
No, it's not. Come on. I'm on the road. You're on the road. We're all on the road. Come on.
Should be based on ability, not age.
The latest proposal still requires those drivers to renew their driver's licenses in person and take a vision test. According to Chicago police crash data analyzed by the ABC7 data team, since 2018, people 65 years and older were involved in approximately 11.8% of crashes.
How about people playing Candy
That's
Crush?
slightly less than expected, given that people 65 plus make up 16.3% of the Chicago driving population.
This legislation.
Have you ever driven in Chicago? Oh my God.
Is removing this archaic.
It's crazy.
The proposed law also allows for immediate relatives to report unsafe motorists, regardless of age, to the Secretary of State. The measure could be voted on late March or early April.
Starting age 59, you have to take a driver's test every year. Why not? They come over to your house. They say, drive me around the block. You drive them around the block, you take them back home, and they say, okay, you pass or you fail. You got Uber now. You can take Uber. Come on, get them off the road. It's safer. All right, Jimmy.
In a
next.
private meeting with Republican senators last week, Trump and his team said he planned to issue an estimated 100 executive orders on his first day.
That's working right there. 100 orders, day one. That's hitting the ground running. He had 4 years to plan for this, so stay out of his way.
To cross the southern border.
Good. We don't need to cross the southern border.
Multiple sources told Axios that the president-elect will likely try to reinstate Title 42, the pandemic-era border restriction that allows the U.S. to expel migrants before they could seek asylum, citing concerns over the spread of disease.
What's wrong with that? I don't see a problem with that.
That seems like a good deal to me.
President Biden ended that policy in 2023 after the pandemic had been declared officially over. Now, if the incoming Trump administration wants to reinstate Title 42, they'll need a public health emergency to do it. And according to the New York Times, Trump's advisors have spent recent months trying to find the right disease to build their case. Other potential executive orders could target finishing the border walls.
Isn't it?
I think it's going to be crabs.
Setting up new immigration detention facilities, even ending birthright citizenship in the U.S. And of course, Trump has promised the largest deportation operation. Back in November, we asked John Sandwig, who was once acting director of ICE during President Obama's second term, what that could look like in practice.
It's going to look like a bunch of people on a bus going bye-bye.
A very large percentage of them are in these mixed status families. That means they have a U.S. citizen spouse, they have a U.S. citizen child. There is no way to do this without, separating those families or putting them into a situation where the U.S. citizen children.
You came here illegally. You should know what's going to happen. All right, Jimmy, give me another
President
one.
Donald Trump is suing CBS News for $10 billion.
$10 billion.
What he is claiming was deceitful doctoring of an interview with Harris. Now, Fox News Digital obtained the affidavit exclusively today, and I have it right here to read to you.
Where did he come up with that number?
I'm also just going to pull up some of this quote here. As you can see, it says, this action concerns CBS's partisan and unlawful acts of election and voter interference through malicious, deceptive, and substantial news distortion calculated.
I know, but he won. I mean, if he didn't win, then he should get the $10 billion, but he won.
To confuse, deceive, and mislead the public, an attempt to tip the scales in favor of the Democratic Party.
10 billion. I don't even know where you come up with that number. I mean, what, you just want it in cash? You think any news organization has $10 billion right now? They fire everybody. Try to sue a radio company for $4. You're not going to get any money out of them because they got no money. But media has no money right now. But good for him. He came up with a big number.